Castillo morning show. Mad Dog, of course, on the 1 and 2s. And we got Rasan, the super producer Big Earn, and Candy. Mecca's in the building also. So I know somebody needs some medicine, but, back in the day, your mother used to always tell you, if you say something wrong from your mouth, you want to wash your mouth with soap and water. Remember that one? So these two dudes need that. They need a little bit more than that. But we had the one dude last week that he was a weatherman, and he was talking about one of the Martin Luther King events. And, of course, I don't even want to use the word, right? But, he said it was, C, right? And then now we got another one that in St. Louis that it happened to him too, right? Now the first one, he went on social media with his wife, and he was apologizing because he said that's not who he is, and I could use the word. He used the word coon, Martin Luther Coon, right? This other guy did the same thing, right? So what do y'all think about it?
Well, it's very indicative on how they probably talk behind the scenes, like we were saying. Because again, you usually, we all have that mistake where we, use different words. But again, this specific word is kind of hard, and then with the diction and everything, and so again, I think that this probably was said, off the air, and sometimes what you think comes out, man. So yeah.
When you say things like that in private company all the time, I think it just came out because coon and king sound nothing alike.
Nothing.
No, they don't even have the same vowels.
Right.
It seems like a developing pattern that's happening, with a lot of the stuff that's taking place and a lot of stuff that's happening. People are getting more comfortable to be who they really are. So a lot of things are starting to come out.
So is this a teaching moment? Because I know it's definitely a teaching moment for all of us in regard to the fact that, every time that we point out some racism in our country, and of course on Martin Luther King Day, that's what he was fighting for, right? And he wanted us to get along too, right? So his thing was not just get rid of racism, but for us to live together in peace, right? And so when on both sides, right? Because there are some folks, that are black or Hispanic or whatever. They'll say some disparaging things about other races too, right? So with this guy, let's deal with the first guy because we talked about it last week. We didn't talk about it on the air, right? Do we forgive him and give him an opportunity to be able to change how he feels, or do we do what we've been doing, which is every time somebody does anything like that, we got to bury him because we got to send a message.
I was saying last week, whenever it was, I really didn't think that the weatherman meant it as a racial slur. Like, it looked like, as we looked back over the tape, that it looked like he was stumbling, fumbling, trying to find a word, and coon came out. So I know it could be a stretch, but it didn't look like that was something that he did. Now, this person, I don't know, it's just two coons in a row. Like,
Right.
Now, I'm trying to run. The first guy, I was like, I didn't think he should lose his job. I was like, it did look like a slip. I know even being on the radio, I can stumble because like you know what your mouth wants to say, but you start fumbling because you're trying to meet time restraints or whatever. So I was getting it, but this one I don't know. It's two in a row, buddy. So maybe he was trying so hard not to say coon that he said coon because he knew what happened last week.
Right.
That could be possibly it.
They ought to start just saying MLK and leave it alone.
No doubt.
Hello.
No doubt.
Yeah, back
That'll
up.
be easier.
I think
No
that
doubt.
if it was the other way around and the races were reversed, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. Homeboy would have been fired, and that would have been the end.
Oh, yeah, they would have buried him.
Yeah, I got you.
They would have buried
I
him.
understand that part.
So,
That's a definitely speaking truth to power moment.
Yeah. Well, you got to deal with it, man.
Yeah, we do.
It's the reality of America right now.
Yes.
All right, coming up, Alicia Keys. I got a mix for you that I'm gonna run. So keep it right here. MLK mix you're gonna really love. Keep it right here. YBC.